All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Ryan. I'm a cinemaholic.
How's it going, guys? I'm Spencer and I'm a cinemaholic.
We are hopping right into today's review. We are going to be talking about the hit Power Rangers movie that just came out. This is a long movie. I'm going to start off by saying it's 2 hours and 4 minutes. It is a movie about a group of high school students who are infused with unique superpowers as they harness these abilities in order to save the world. Now, this movie was directed by Dean Israelite, who I think his most recent, the only one I'm really familiar with, was Project Almanac, which you actually can get quite a few of those feels and similar tones in this. But to start us off, Spencer, what did you think about Power Rangers?
I didn't like it at all. To just kind of be blunt about it, I thought, in fact, it was pretty terrible. The opening scene looked really cool visually. It had like great color correction. I was like, this is interesting. I should start off by saying, disclaimer, I never watched Power Rangers. I've never seen an episode of it in my life. I had a cousin who or cousins who were really into it, and they'd like talk about it like all the time, but it was just something I never really like ever watched. So I didn't even know that the Power Rangers were people. I thought that they were space aliens or something that just came and like protected the Earth. Or that's, I guess that's just what I figured. But one thing about this movie is, it almost was like it was trying to be the Breakfast Club. I read on IMDb that because after I saw the movie, I was like, this is really Breakfast Clubby in the beginning, especially like where they go to detention at like Saturday school and they meet everybody. I was like, wait a minute. And so then I went on to the trivia and it said that they tried to make it like Breakfast Club. That was a big influence on this movie. And I think the big difference between this one and something like that is that I don't give a shit about any of these characters. Like these kids are so, like they're so bland and uninteresting. Like the main character, first of all, who's playing a senior in high school and looks like he's about 45 years old. And he has like an 8-pack. There's a scene where straight up he's shirtless, and I was like, no teenager has abs like that on the planet. There's no teenager out there who has abs like that on the planet. And that I guess the thing is that everybody's so bland. They're so cookie cutter, cardboard box, just every single like so there's the nerdy guy, there's the jock, there's the quiet girl, there's the popular girl who's not so popular anymore, and then there's like the one guy who's kind of like the almost like the John Bender from Breakfast Club, who's just super super unpredictable, and you're kind of like, oh, okay, well, he's the wild card of the group. And it's just like so bad. And then we get into the third act, and the third act is horrible. It's literally one of the worst third acts I've seen in a movie, probably since Fantastic Four. And the last thing I want to say is there's a training montage in this movie where the two girls are at a restaurant together, and like there's a piece of meat on the table, and in the middle of the restaurant with people sitting all around them, they start like fighting over this piece of meat that's on the and I was like, what is this director trying to tell me? What's he trying to say? This must be a statement about no, I'm just kidding. I didn't think that for one second. I thought this is stupid shit. I want to get out of this theater and continue my life.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Dude, I didn't hate it as much as you, but I had totally forgot about that stupid meat scene. This movie overall, I'm going to say like I didn't hate it as much as I thought I was going to hate it. This movie is like what was that crappy movie we saw last year?
Max Steel?
Max Steel. Yes. This is like Max Steel meets Chronicle. Like
That's a great comparison.
right, and that's what it is. It's like you can feel a little bit of Breakfast Club in there. You can feel a little bit of Chronicle. I mean, it's these group of kids go and touch this alien thing, spaceship thing, and all of a sudden they have powers, which that's a spin on what the original Power Rangers are. But all of that aside, I actually like I'm just gonna score it right now. Actually, I'm gonna give this a 5.1 out of 10 because I like like I caught myself enjoying it a few times, and I was like, this isn't unbearable, like Max Steel was. Like I was moaning through all of Max Steel. But like I said at the beginning, this is a long movie, and it's only 2 hours. I mean, it could have been 30 minutes shorter if they cut out half the training montages, because it's like, okay. And like you said, the third act is so anticlimactic because we've had an hour and 45 minutes of training sequences that you're like, oh, that's it. Yeah. Now the movie's over. Let's go see Life or something. I mean, it's I don't even know. I could rant about it, but that's all I want to say is if you are into this kind of stuff and you want kind of a darker tone, by all means, go see it. This isn't it might not even be in my top 10 worst of the year. Like, it wasn't as bad for me. That being said, that's because I'm anticipating a bunch more bad movies. But as of right now, it's definitely on my top 10 worst of the year. Spencer, what would you rate it?
Oh man, I think I actually liked Max Steel more just because
What?
Max Steel, it at least was funny. Like there were parts where I was like, okay, I'm enjoying this because it's so bad. This movie, like you said, first off, it is so long. Like there was a point in the movie where I was like, okay, they have to be wrapping it up soon. And then it went on for like 45 more minutes. And I was seriously just sitting there in misery. Like, and nobody who I know wanted to see this movie. So I was literally just sitting there in the theater alone, like super, super slouched down in my chair, just like, please just let this be over, or like let a meteor hit the theater. I don't care. Just get me out of this. I'd say 2 out of 10. It's a 2 out of 10 for me.
I want to wrap up the review by asking you what you thought of RJ, your man RJ.
Oh yeah.
I think he was one of the best parts.
He was the best part of the movie for sure. But there was so many just like, I don't know, man. This movie was so dumb. There were so many dumb parts in this, and including him, some sequences. Like, I think that his performance was it was like probably the most interesting one we had in there, and he was the character who it's like, okay, I like this guy. He's a pretty decent dude, but and definitely way better than the main character. The main character is so uncharismatic that's like not even funny. Like, oh man. But the blue guy, yeah, I guess he was like the best part. I did not know that Elizabeth Banks was the villain.
Okay. I'm gonna go for a rant for a second. Elizabeth Banks is the worst part of this movie. Like, so bad. You have this dark, gritty tone for the whole movie, and then you've got her, where she is like a villain out of the original, like so quirky and weird, and she was in a different movie. Oh my gosh, she was bad.
That part, okay, spoiler real quick. That part where she goes into like the gold shop and starts eating necklaces, and like she walks up, and anybody who's like not lobotomized would see this lady and be like, oh crap, like we need police here ASAP. But she's like, can I help you, ma'am? What's going on? And it's like this
gold shop.
Yeah, she looks like a freaking goblin, and she just walks right in, and the person's like, okay, whatever, I'll help this customer. It's, oh man, it's stupid. It's really dumb. And I agree, it did feel like it was a completely different movie, especially in that last third, because it got super cheesy. And I don't know if that's how the old TV show was.
That's how the TV show was. So it was weird to kind of have the mesh of the dark and gritty to the
Go-Go Power Rangers song.
Right. I was like, oh man, they did it. They put the song in. Good job. You know, whatever. The thing is I don't think anyone was expecting anything really more than this. So I don't know. That's our review for the Power Rangers movie. And actually, I think that it's called Saban's Power Rangers because there was some kind of lawsuit stuff with that dark one that they had put on, Ari had put on online. And so the creator was like, we have to call this Saban so everyone knows it's mine. Needless to say, thanks for watching, guys. Spencer, where can they find you?
You can follow me on Twitter at SpinnyHend. Instagram, Spencer Henderson, all lowercase. We're doing the 365-day photo challenge. Still haven't posted a picture today, but that reminded me. So I'll be doing that as soon as we're done with this video, guys. Join if you want. Hashtag Cinemaholics365.
Perfect. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at @right_Gordon. Until next time, bye.